Hi, I'm Mel. I am a working mom, single parent to a teenage son, and we have both been living in Yogyakarta since 2019. In this video, I will tell you all the basic information that you need to know about Yogyakarta, starting from the housing, also the districts or areas where you can perhaps buy or rent a house, and the transportation mode. Let's just say you feel like buying a house in Yogyakarta, and the prices will usually start from 116 million rupiahs to 10 billion rupiahs. But if you fall into the category of well off and you have a budget for 1.6 billion until 2 billion rupiahs, then the type of houses that you can buy are usually a two-story house with 3 or 4 bedrooms, probably 4 bathrooms, a private pool, a carport that can fit 2 cars, and it's usually near the center of the city. If you have a budget starting from 500 million to 800 million rupiahs, then the deal that you will get is usually a one-story house with 2 or 3 bedrooms, 1 or 2 bathrooms, a carport with 1 car, no private pool. But you will usually get a house that's a little bit far from the center of the city. If you are a foreigner, then you can only buy a house that has a minimum price of 5 billion rupiahs. Yeah, and you also need to have proper legal documents to that, and you will not own the house, but you will have a right to use the land for a specific amount of time, and it's usually for 30 years. So yeah, let me know if you need more information on that. I'll probably dig up more research for that. But anyway, if you don't feel like buying and you just want to rent first, that's totally doable. Here in Yogyakarta, there's a lot of houses that you can rent as well, and the prices usually start from 15 million rupiah per year. So yeah. If 15 million rupiahs, the houses are usually 2 bedrooms, but if it's 23 or 25 million rupiahs, it's usually a 3 bedroom and a little bit closer to the city. But if you have more than that, then you can usually rent a house that has 7 bedrooms for 100 million for a year, I guess, if you're lucky. So that's about the buying houses and renting houses. So now let's just look at the location or the districts. So in Yogyakarta, there's 1 city and there are 4 districts. So 1 city is Yogyakarta city, that's like the center of the city. And then there's 4 districts. There's Sleman, there is Bantul, there is Gunung Kidul, and I forgot the last one. Oh, Kulon Progo. So what's in the center of Yogyakarta or Yogyakarta city? Okay, the first 4 things that pop up in my mind and also in my notes here. The first one is Kraton Yogyakarta or Yogyakarta Palace, the royal palace of the Sultan of Yogyakarta. And then the second one, there's Malioboro. Malioboro Street is the most famous street in Yogyakarta and also a very famous tourist destination as well. And if you're looking for something crafty, there's also an area called Kota Gede. It's famous for their silver craftsmanship. And last, it's Prawirotaman. Prawirotaman is actually known as a backpacker area, but for me, it's an area that has great restaurants and food there. I think I'll make a video on that later on. So it's going to be a little bit difficult, challenging if you want to buy a house in the center of the city or Yogyakarta city, because most of the land belongs to Sultan anyway. So if you're thinking of renting, that's probably doable in that area. Okay, now the last part of this video, I'm going to talk about transportation. So in Yogyakarta, the most famous transportation mode is motorcycle. Almost everybody in Yogyakarta owns a motorcycle. And yes, it will be better for you if you learn how to ride one. I before moving to Yogyakarta, I never knew how to ride a motorcycle by myself. But after I moved to Yogyakarta, I kind of had to, and I could. So now I can ride a motorcycle. So yeah, the first one is motorcycle. The second one, is there any public transportation? Yes, there are usually a bus. It's called Trans Jogja. That can take you like literally anywhere in Yogyakarta. But sometimes if you want to get to the nearest bus station, you might have to walk a bit, or maybe take a motorcycle first or ride a bike first, and then you can, you know, go on a bus after that. The third one is usually cars, private cars, or maybe online taxis. Yep. So that's the transportation mode in Yogyakarta. I hope you know all the information, basic information, by watching this video. We started off from talking about housing, you can buy or rent, or also the districts on where to buy the house or where to rent. And also the last one is transportation. I hope you like this video. Thank you.